Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check the depth to see how much room I have to bend in the backside around this J channel. So what I'm going to do is just stick the putty knife in between the old aluminum and the J channel, and just draw a line across there. Pull that out, and that line right there is going to tell me how much room I have. And on that line, I've got about 7/8 of an inch, so I know I could bend my aluminum with a back bend of about 3/4 of an inch, and it'd still be all right. Okay, my first bend is going to be 3/4 of an inch. Like I say, always write it down. Make sure you have it. So you're going to go 3/4. And then my next bend is going to come over. What I want to do is cover up this old aluminum. So I'm going to come over 2 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to verify on this side that it's going to be able to work on the same. And that'll work, 2 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to come off of the window. I'm coming back off the window itself. And I want to make that approximately 2 5/8 inches. All right, now I want to go ahead and measure the full length of this. I want to put it on my farthest part out here where it slopes down all the way. And then I want to take that all the way up to the J channel, up on top. And I'm going to go ahead and probably make that about 69 inches. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start laying this out for the side pieces. We're going to start out, first piece, the length is what you're going to cut first. And we're going to go at 69 inches. There's your mark. I like to use the T-square whenever I have it on site. Get your mark. And another thing you can do is when you have it lined up, you could go ahead and use your razor knife and use your T-square to score it. Just run right along. Nice straight edge. After you score it, break it right off. Just bend it up and it snaps right off. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to lay out my measurements. Our first measurement will be 2 5/8. And then my next one was 2 3/4. And then after that, I just need 3/4 of an inch. And that's where I'll cut that at. And now, since I'm making 2 of them, I can go ahead and lay the second one out at the same exact time. So I'm going to cut here on this mark, and then I'm going to cut on this mark. Now I'll just come down to the other side and do it again. 2 3/4, and then 3/4 of an inch for the cutoff. All right, now that we got the piece in here, we got it lined up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my cuts so I can have my 2 side pieces. Okay, now my first bend is going to be right there on my 3/4 inch mark. We're going to bend that up to a 90-degree angle. will be my second bend. It too gets bent at a 90-degree angle. Now you can see here with this side piece, it wouldn't sit flat down there because of the angle of the sill. So what we need to do is we need to start back here on the back edge and cut about a 1/4 of an inch angle, cut a 1/4 of an inch from there down to the front piece, the front corner of the aluminum side. Then you can see how much tighter that fits now. Now what we have to do is go ahead and mark and cut the top. Okay, now that I've got that angle cut on the bottom, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to mark this at the top right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut this flap off so that this sits back tight. Go ahead and just cut this right across here. What I do is I take and I make the cut with my snips on there, and then I'll take and turn it over, and I'll just score it. Bend this piece a couple times, and there, it snaps right off. It's a nice clean cut on both edges. All right, something I like to do is to go ahead and put a few dabs of sealant back here. Just basically, it's going to work like a glue to help hold this aluminum in place. Okay. Now that we got this piece here fit in, it's cut, everything's ready. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the other side fit in.